Hello everyone and welcome back to another lesson in this video. Our lesson and today we will be discussing avoiding faulty subordination, coordination, and parallelism. First, let's have faulty coordination. Now in faulty coordination, this happens when combining two clauses that results with an illogical sentence. Now when we say illogical, it does not make sense. We do not really know what does the sentence mean. Now this happens usually when the wrong subordinator or coordinator is used, or you are subordinating the wrong idea. Now first, let us discuss wrong subordinator or coordinator was used. So let's have here an example. The sentence, Rina practiced for a long time even though she would be ready for the concert. So we have here even though as a subordinator. So let's read the sentence again. Rina practiced for a long time even though she would be ready for the concert. What? We cannot really make sense of this sentence. So kung tatagalugin natin to, nag-practice si Rina ng mahabang oras kahit na maging ready siya para sa concert. Okay, so we're going to fix this. Why did I speak in Filipino? So that you're going to really realize that this sentence does not make sense both in English and if we put it in Filipino way. Okay, so how are we going to fix this? We're going to change the subordinator that's used. Okay, so what are we going to do? So let's have the sentence. Rina practiced for a long time so that she would be ready for the concert. So by just changing the subordinator that was used, the sentence now makes sense. So nag-practice pala ng mahabang oras si Rina para maging ready sa concert, so that she would be ready for the concert, not even though. Okay, so make sure that when you use a subordinator or a coordinator, it really fits to the job. It really fits to the sentence. Okay. So, even though is kahit na in Filipino. Okay? So, how about the other one? Let's go to subordinating the wrong idea. With subordinating the wrong idea, let's have this sentence. Although they went to the justice hall yesterday, it was raining. So, we have here the subordinator, although. So, it's subordinated this idea. They went to the justice hall yesterday. Although they went to the justice hall yesterday, it was raining. So it makes you pause and think about what does this sentence mean. So instead of subordinating this idea, it's better, or we can understand the sentence better by subordinating this one. Okay, so you can really see it right now. Although, so we're going to say, although it was raining, they went to the justice hall yesterday. So let's see the sentence. Okay, although it was raining, comma, they went to the justice hall yesterday. So the sentence now makes sense. Kahit na umuulan, pumunta sila sa justice hall kahapon. Okay? So, instead of, in the first sentence, it sounds like this in Filipino. Kahit na pumunta sila sa justice hall yesterday, umuulan. Okay, so we can make the sentence easier to understand and logical by subordinating the correct idea. Okay? How about faulty parallelism? This happens when different grammatical structures are bound in a sentence, as seen in the example that we're going to have. So let's have it. Every summer, I spend the time cooking, baking, and to read. Now, yes, we do understand that the person or I spend the time cooking and baking. However, it's not parallel with the idea here. To read is already in its infinitive form, while cooking and baking are in the continuous form of the verb, right? So we can fix this by changing to read into the same grammatical structure with the first ones. Okay, so we can say, every summer, I spend the time cooking, baking, and reading. Okay? So, or if you want to follow to read, you have to rephrase the entire sentence. I like to cook, to bake, and to read, something like that. So, the main thing is that you have to make your sentence parallel. So, if it's going to be this one, cooking, baking, now, to read here is going to be reading. Or for example, I spend the time cooking adobo, baking muffins, and reading. Now, since you have inserted cooking adobo, baking muffins, now you have to insert something. Reading what? Okay, so reading comic books, like that, because it has to be same in grammatical structure. Now, since this is only baking, cooking, baking, and reading, you don't have to add anything here. Okay? So that is faulty parallelism for you. Now, writers have a handful of techniques to correct these issues, and one of which is by using transition words. So that's how you're going to avoid these issues. So what are transition words? These are words or phrases that link. When we say link, they connect phrases or even sentences together. So here are your examples of transition words. So you have to remember so that you're not going to use the wrong subordinator or coordinator or wrong transition words. Take a look at these functions. So it comes to effect like cause and effect, you can use like transition words. As a result, ganyan. Jenny studied really hard. As a result, what's the effect of studying really hard? So as a result, she got high grades, like that. And so on and so forth. We have addition, adding another idea, the same idea. So in addition, moreover, as well as, not only, but also, Hannah is not only beautiful, but also very kind, something like that. Summarizing is when you encapsulate or shorten the idea. All in all, in essence, as shown above, in short, okay. Comparison, you compare two things. So for example, despite that, regardless, but as much as, likewise. So when you say despite that, something's really not as expected. Despite studying all night, Anna still got a low score. So it's something like that. Regardless. Okay, so make sure that when you use these transition words, it fits what's your purpose. Okay? It shows the correct relationship between two ideas. Now, for your activity, answer the exercise at page 467 to 466 of your book. You have to identify whether each sentence contains a faulty coordination. So if it's a faulty coordination, write FC. If it's a faulty subordination, write FS. Or faulty parallelism, write FP. And you do not have to underline the parts. Again, you do not have to underline the parts that shows the errors. And if the sentence is correct, write no error, NR. Write NR. Okay? Write this in a one whole sheet of paper. Now, this has been Teacher Doll. Bye!